It was a cloudy evening in Los Angeles, the kind where the city lights looked softer, like they were holding a secret. Vin Diesel sat quietly in the back seat of a black SUV, wearing a hoodie and dark shades. No one could tell it was him. He had been thinking a lot lately about fame, fortune, and the people who helped him reach where he was. Somewhere inside, he missed the feeling of being normal, of walking into a place and not being recognized. Tonight, he was going to do something he hadn't done in years. He was going to visit his own restaurant. Secretly, the restaurant, Diesel's Flame, was one of the trendiest places in town. People came there hoping to catch a glimpse of the superstar. But tonight, there were no cameras, no flashing lights, and no red carpets. Just a man, hidden under a hood, walking in through the back door like a stranger. As Vin pushed open the door to the kitchen, the smell of grilled steak and garlic butter filled the air. Cooks were busy, waiters moved fast, and laughter floated around. It felt alive. He smiled. This is what I built, he thought. But as he stepped further in, something unexpected caught his attention. Amidst the clatter of pans and chatter of the staff, he heard someone crying. It was faint, but real. A soft, broken sob coming from near the storage room. Vin froze for a second. His instincts kicked in. He had seen pain before, both in movies and in life. He followed the sound quietly, trying not to disturb anyone there. In the corner behind stacked boxes of supplies, sat a young woman in a server's uniform. Her apron was stained, her hair tied in a messy bun, and her hands trembled as she wiped away tears. Vin stood still, unsure whether to speak. "Hey, you okay?" he finally said, his voice deep but gentle. The girl looked up, startled. She hadn't noticed anyone there. Her eyes widened, but she couldn't recognize him under the hood. "I'm fine," she said quickly, trying to compose herself. "I just need a minute." Vin stepped closer. "Doesn't look like you're fine," he said. "Want to talk about it?" The girl hesitated. Something about his voice felt oddly comforting. She sighed. "It's nothing. I messed up an order again. The manager yelled at me. It's been a rough week. I don't even know if I can do this job anymore." Vin nodded slowly. He remembered his own early days, when people told him he'd never make it. He knew what it felt like to be pushed, to fail, to want to give up. "What's your name?" he asked. "Lena," she said softly. "I started last month. It's hard, the customers can be mean sometimes, and I'm working double shifts to pay my rent." Vin took off his shades. "You know, Lena. I used to wash dishes once. A long time ago. People yelled at me too." She gave a weak smile. "Yeah, right," she said, half laughing. "You don't look like someone who's ever had to wash dishes." Vin chuckled. "Maybe not now. But everyone starts somewhere." Just then, the manager's voice boomed across the kitchen. "Lena! Where the hell are you? Table 12 is still waiting." Lena jumped up, wiping her face. I have to go," she said quickly, running out. Vin watched her leave, feeling a strange pull in his heart. He hadn't come here looking for a story, but he'd found one. He decided to stay longer, this time, not as the owner, not as a celebrity, but as an observer. He took a seat at the corner of the restaurant, still wearing his hoodie. No one recognized him. The staff rushed around, and Lena was back on the floor, smiling through her pain, serving tables like nothing had happened. But Vin noticed everything: the way her hands shook slightly when she carried plates, the way she apologized even when customers were rude, the way her eyes looked tired but determined. After a while, an older woman sitting near the bar accidentally spilled her drink. Lena hurried over, apologizing even though it wasn't her fault. The woman snapped at her, complaining loudly. Vin's jaw tightened. He hated seeing people treat workers like that. When the woman left, Lena quietly cleaned the mess and whispered to herself, "It's okay. Just keep going." Vin felt a lump in his throat. He knew what he had to do. After finishing his meal, he called the manager over. "Hey," Vin said, keeping his voice low. "Can I talk to you about one of your servers?" The manager, a tall man with a strict face, frowned. "Is there a problem, sir?" Vin nodded. "Yeah. There's a problem. You've got someone special working here and you don't even see it." The manager looked confused. "Who are you talking about?" "The girl, Lena," Vin said. "She's trying harder than anyone else in this room. Maybe instead of yelling at her, you should thank her for not giving up." The manager shifted uncomfortably. "Sir, with all due respect, you don't know how this place works." Vin smirked. "Oh, I think I do." He slowly pulled back his hood. The manager's eyes widened. "Mr. Diesel?" I didn't know you were." Vin raised a hand. "Don't apologize to me. You owe it to her." The entire kitchen went silent as Vin stood up and walked toward Lena, who was refilling drinks. She turned around, and her jaw dropped. "Wait, yeah," he smiled. "I own this place. But tonight, I wanted to see what it's really like." The staff stared in awe. Some even stopped working. Vin continued, his tone calm but powerful. "I saw how you worked. How you handled customers. How you didn't quit even when things got tough. That's what this place is built on, people like you. You reminded me why I started all this." Lena blinked, tears forming again, but this time, they weren't from sadness. "Thank you. I don't know what to say." Vin placed a hand on her shoulder. "Don't say anything. Just keep going. You've got more strength than you realize." Then, turning to the manager, he said firmly, "From now on, I want her promoted. She deserves better." The manager nodded instantly. "Of course, sir." Vin smiled at Lena one last time and headed for the door. As he stepped outside into the cool night air, he looked up at the glowing sign of Diesel's flame. For the first time in a long while, he felt proud, not of the fame, not of the money, but of the people who made everything possible. As he got into his car, he whispered to himself, "Sometimes, the smallest hearts carry the biggest strength." And somewhere inside that restaurant, Lena stood still, her hands over her mouth, whispering, "Thank you." Because that night, everything changed.